Am I streaming? I think I'm streaming. I feel like my posture is weird. It makes my head look big. Hi, it's me, Scott. Maybe I should sit up straight. Watch this. I'll lock the chair out. Sit up straight. It's gonna be great. Hello, how are you? Yesterday, we got that thing working. DigiKey is charging me money, so I think that's good news. Because I think that means that the Raspberry Pi 0W2 is on the way. Heroku's also charging me, which I'm not crazy about, but deal with that later. Yeah, and then we got this thing, or its brother or sister, its sibling. We got the sibling to work, and half of the battle was me not powering it properly, and that's my fault. And I can make excuses all day, so I will. And my excuse that I'll make is that it's a little weird. I need to look again to understand exactly. The breakout board documentation was not very robust, let's say, but it seems like the brains, the logic part of the little chip on here is powered independently of whatever the I/O is powered. And I guess that's so that you can power it because it requires, like, its brains require power, but you could actually run the I/O at lower power. I don't know exactly. That's my guess. Anyway, you have to power them both, turns out. And I wasn't doing that. So we did that. We got it working with their little example, their processing example, where it just dumped all the data as CSV, displayed it in processing. So I want to look at that a little more closely today by pushing this button. Also do the thing where I open Visual Studio Code and make sure I'm not showing things that I shouldn't be, which I am. It's just too easy to close Visual Studio Code and then open it, and then there's some NDA'd project just staring me in the face. So I know it's my fault. I shouldn't even talk about it. I should just have two computers or something. But I don't want to do that. I guess I have a second account. That's probably actually the thing to do, but then I have to have two separate accounts, whatever. So here's the thing, everybody, is we first want to find this silly nonsense. I don't know where it is. Where's the dump? Who's charging me money now? Good grief. Okay, never mind. What's the thing called? It's called Paste Up, but where'd I put it? I guess it doesn't have a Git repository. Okay, we got it. Open with code. Good heavens. There's no excuse for this. I just need to, like, make a binary or something so that we can run this stupid wallpaper thing, or have the real thing was supposed to be run bot made this locally, and then give bot made this the ability to do things like change the wallpaper and whatever, but I didn't do it. Look at that bumblebee. My office is so bare back over in that area. We gotta do something about that. I don't know. Put some art on the wall or some more tools over there. I don't want a shelf over that thing. Maybe that's where the soldering iron lives and power supply. I don't know. A sleepy bear. Looks like a nice place to be. What is what's this one again? I do like this one. You already used it though. Can't use the same wallpaper twice. That's outrageous. With a nice glacier, a fjord, and a glacier. Some people might say that I shouldn't spend time at the beginning of every stream slowly picking out a wallpaper, but One, I don't know why those people would be fixated on such a trivial thing. I mean, it sounds like a them problem. And two, they're actually right. I don't know why I do. I need a wallpaper assistant, like an intern that will find me good wallpaper every day. I don't even change it every day, just every stream. And I don't trust the curated Microsoft wallpapers. It's just sometimes they're not good enough. Let's go with this. We're gonna go with this. Is this salt or is this ice? Who can say? Anyway, we have the stump folder on the desktop, which should never do, but we made it last night. So here's the thing we want to accomplish. We have this machine is plugged into a Teensy 3.5 right now because we want that to be true. I think we want to use the Teensy 3.5 for this because it just has an embarrassment of serial ports. We can talk to so many devices via serial. Here's our cute little breakout board. We could make it even, you can see it spewing out IR as we speak. We could make a little, we could break this off and make some kind of little buddy for it. It would be kind of cool if it could be like socketed, but I've never tried to make a socket like that. That seems like a recipe for disaster. You know, if it was pins, like sliding in an SD card or something, you just slide in the little dude. But I think for now, we'll just stick with this because it's still pretty tiny. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna do much hardware stuff today. So we probably don't need the desk camera. The thing I really should do, probably, is set up VS Code to edit this project so we don't have to use the terrible Arduino IDE. I feel like I always have problems with that. Like the Arduino IDE is not good, and I don't like it. But I just default to it because here it is. And sometimes I go through the trouble to get it to working in VS Code, but I feel like I occasionally have issues with that. So anyway, so we just want the basics here of how to talk to this here machine. And so we're just gonna cut and paste like a bunch of animals to start with. In fact, let's just try this. Let's just do this. Probably gonna regret it. And oh, that's what the problem is. It's Teensy's, right? Like we can't use the Teensy business. Teensy Arduino, I don't think we can use that from VS Code. I mean, somebody's probably done something. Yeah, VS Code. Visual Micro. Teensy for Visual Studio, but nobody wants that. So I have, in the past, had this working with Platform.io. I don't really want to do that. Oh wait, it is for VS Code. That's interesting. So it just makes a simple little... Really? Oh, so this doesn't even use any... Interesting. Interesting. Is this the answer to my prayers? I mean, I haven't been praying. But had I been praying, would this be the answer to that prayer? Let's try it. Oops. Good grief. Man, even my downloads folder. I just worry there's like, yeah, there's some client names in there. It's just too easy. Okay, what are we doing? How do you use this? What are we doing here? Visual Teensy.exe. Let's run anyway. Oh, not there. Well, why wouldn't it just go to the place that Arduino probably is? Cool. It doesn't? How do you... Where is Arduino.exe if not there? I ask you. It's right here. What are you talking about? Why would you say that it's not there? This is a bad place for this, but we'll just ignore that for the moment. Folder containing Teensy exe. Oh boy. Okay, we have Teensy 3.5. So, okay, let's, I guess, put this into places that make sense. I hope this is worth it. Somewhere on some drive on this machine, I have like this thing. So let's do this, I guess. Let's close it. Let's do it. And then what do we need? We need... So Arduino and Teensy. Install VS Code and then Visual Teensy binaries. From the Arduino installation. Okay. The Arduino folder, once again, is here. Are we happy? Okay, I guess we have this. Are these Arduino libraries? Installed shared libraries. Like, do I have to add wire, or is that a thing that... That appears to be what we're using, right? And it's a Teensy 3.5. Is that the overclocked speed? No. Okay. So, generate. Doesn't this look like a thing you should click? Quick setup. Debug support. Well, that's fancy. Is that true? Can we really? Just to have some additional tool for that. Okay, VS Code, make file. Seems okay, right? Without this to start with. So what do I do? File save to. File save as, not file save to. Why you show me an advertisement when I pay you money? Okay. Wait, what'd you do? It'd be great if this was. That doesn't look like 720p to me. Okay, let's try it. Do it. Did we do it? Does this actually work? How do you set the COM port? Weird. How do you... Help. TBD. Great. Oh man, where I got lost. I mean, great. We did it. Oh, this isn't right. We're in the wrong place. We're supposed to be here. It's gonna find my MSys install though? It's not right. Like, we didn't tell it where to find my... Okay, that's the... We've seen that error before. Okay. So, how do we upload it? Cool. Cool. Really, we've already gotten distracted fully, so that's good. I got distracted all by myself without Life is Yours helping, so. Sometimes you just have to do things yourself, like get distracted yourself. I mean, Teensy XE is right here. Shouldn't that be the thing we want? Oh, it's got its own compiler. Sure, of course. Of course. But, so is it our make file? Where are tools? But, Um, I'm a little confused about this. So we have a Teensy exe. Are we do we have to have this, or can you use any of these? Like, maybe I should have read the instructions more closely. Hardware Teensy, or just hardware tools? Where was it looking? Hardware tools. Yeah. So there's a teensy.exe there. I think I've used that one before. Anyway. There's actually nothing useful in here, right? We didn't really do any work yet. Get out of here, everybody. Go. I forgot to do the additional libraries. Oh no, I forgot. We presumably need wire and this thing, right? We need this and this. Really doing great. Already off track. Okay, upload. I forgot to change the good gravy. Okay, we're getting closer, I think. Somehow we have two Visual Teensy windows open. This is the one we like. Teensy 3.5. Is this going to overwrite everything? I wonder how that works. I'm going to be mad, right? It's blinking. Does that mean it uploaded? That seems like it uploaded insanely fast, like suspiciously fast. This little teensy window. That was so fast. It was so fast. It seems like it was much faster than doing this through Arduino land. Okay, well, this is kind of new to me. Like, this particular approach is pretty interesting. I don't know that I love it. I think it's fine. It's totally fine for this because nobody else is going to touch this project. In the past, I've had it set up. How did I do that? I guess that was with Platform.io, where you still had a .eno file so that somebody could still open it there. In fact, I could still do that and just have the .eno file include this or something silly. Maybe I couldn't. I don't know. Anyway, I'm the only one touching this, so I think it's okay. So let's just try to figure out what we need to steal. We'll just see if I like this. I don't know if I do. But I might. Okay, so we want these two things, right? And we want these two things, presumably. My imager. Let's call this board. I don't think we care about those things. These are things that we want to do. Good grief. Since I was going back and forth here, I have Vim stuff going on over here and not over here, and so of course I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Just that's my it's mostly my hobby, basically. I don't know why my cut and pastes feel so insane. Okay, so oops. Okay, so where do we actually declare? Why would you? Weird. Why would you do that? Okay. So some of these things we're not going to want because we're going to end up sending bytes instead, but let's just ignore that for the moment. So, if we made it this far, we feel good. I really understand this because we are like, we clearly know it's 8 and we're telling it to be a resolution, then we're asking it for its resolution, and then we're square rooting to get back to 8. So I'm gonna skip that. So let's set the resolution and do start ranging. So let's just gotta think of how I want to do this. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because we're going to start just wanting to send bytes, and I think I don't know. I think I know how I want to do that. That's sort of what I want to think through today. But basically, we'll just say, like, what I'm planning to do is have like our status information. We're going to send all our bytes, all our data, like our sensor data, in 7-byte chunks, and we'll just always use this. That's wrong anyway. What am I doing? That's not what we want at all. We want like this. 1 byte. So this, sorry, I said that wrong. This bit, this 1 bit, we will reserve. And basically, if this bit is on, then we're going to say it's a status message. And if the bit is not on, we're going to say it's data. And then we'll just send everything 7 bits. We'll only use 7 bits, basically, when we send our data. So it'll take us 2 bytes, but there's a reason that I'm thinking that's why I want to do it. So this, we're going to say, means we're checking. This is going to mean that it failed. And this is going to mean success. Maybe that's a really silly way to do it. Oops, not that. Is this really how I want to do this? I guess we really could just have the high bit set and then just use hex. So let's do that instead. Maybe, like, because it doesn't really matter. We'll just say like the high. I gotta think about this for a second. It's basically saying the top 4 bits we'll never use, but I don't think we will. So it'll just make life a little easier because then we can just do this. I think it'll be a little less mind-bending because then we can say like, you know, we'll have 16 possible error codes. I don't think we really need 128 possible error codes. I think this will just make life a little easier. So we'd start with this. So then I think we want that H term. I kind of liked that thing, that terminal. It would be nice to just build and upload all in one go. But maybe if you just do upload, it will do that. Like if you need to build, it will build. It's so fast. So let's connect to our buddy. And then, oh yeah, so we need to say that we are sending and receiving hex only. Really should put a delay, I guess, after the serial because it seems like we're not getting that second byte. So we're connected. Guess I could wait for a serial connection to do anything. What am I forgetting? Why am I not receiving any data here? Okay, we got our F0. And we got our F2. So it does take a little moment, but that's good. I don't know why I'm not just getting that on reset, though. Why, when I reset, do I not get the data? Does that seem weird? I guess as I've already connected once. Oh, well, no, that seems like it should. If I fully unplug it and plug it in, and then I connect. Okay, disconnect, unplug it, plug it in. We will connect, and we get it. Okay. So let's disconnect, reset, clear, and connect. Do we get it? Yeah, we do. Okay, so we just have to disconnect first. Okay, so it does take a little while to come online, but it's not that long. It's just a few seconds. So we didn't get F1, which would have been bad. If we get F1, it's just gonna like chill. So that's kind of all of our initialization, right? Something like that. So we got a resolution. So then we need to do the following. We're gonna go So we just need if board is data ready. Look at that. Very nice. Is data ready is true. So here's where it's going to be a little bit weird. But I think I like this idea, possibly. So first thing we will do is this is basically going to be like our data header. So I'm going to basically this is going to be me telling whoever's listening on Serial that there's some data on the way. And I should be clear, I'm just kind of making all this stuff up. I mean, this isn't too crazy. I'm sure there's more correct ways to do this, but this in my mind is the way I want to try things, and I think it kind of makes sense. The honest truth is it doesn't matter that much here because this thing is so slow. It's only like 15 hertz, like 15 times a second, 15 frames per second, basically. And that is so slow, we could easily just send that as plain text and not care. But I want to make my parsing of it really straightforward, and I don't want to have to do a bunch of dumb string operations. So it would be nice to send the data in a way that is sane. It would be really nice to just send a byte at a time, but then you only get a range of 255 values, and you don't. It's a little more complicated to delimit data like that because, you know, any byte could be a valid value if you're just using that. So I've done that in the past where I'm just like, okay, we'll just say 0 is always the delimiter, and whatever the data is going to be 1 to 255. And for many cases, that's good enough. The resolution's good enough. But in this case, I want 4 meters. So that's 4,000 millimeters. So I want to be able to count to 4,000. So if I'm already saying, like, it's more than it's like an order of magnitude and then cut in half is my resolution. So it's not just going millimeters to centimeters, because then I could count to 255 centimeters or 2.5 meters. But I want to go all the way to 4. So I'd have to cut my resolution in half again. There's lots of ways I could store that, but the way that I think makes sense to me, and I alluded to this earlier, is I'll use 2 bytes for the data, like 2 bytes. So it'll be what is that? A word. 2 bytes per cell. But I don't need 8 bits in both of those bytes because I don't need to be able to count that high. So what is that? 65,000? I don't need to be able to count to 65,000. I only need to be able to count to like 4,000. In fact, interesting question on that. Because I think it's everything I have seen has been like get it in millimeters. Sharpening, there's all this fancy pants stuff. No, ignore that for a minute. I would like millimeters, so I need to be able to at least count to 4,000. To count to 4,000, you need the 2 to the 12th. I had done it earlier, so you can see. Is 4,000, yeah. So, but really we're only using 1 bit kind of as our status bit, because we'd never have F basically. So anything prefixed with F we know is going to be status information basically. But since we're really only throwing, I mean, it kind of doesn't matter. We can do 7 bits, which would be 2 to the 14th, which we definitely don't need to be able to count to 16,000. But we could, or we could just decide to split it across 2 bytes. Like, we have to leave one, sorry, yeah, one bit, that top bit, that topmost bit. Available to us. So if we only have 1 byte and we throw away that bit, we can only count to 127. So anyway, I don't exactly, I mean, whatever, we can do 6 or 7. It doesn't matter that much. It just has to be reassembled on the other end. So basically, we want to say, get some data. So that's the get ranging info, and that's just going to dump it inside this thing. Okay, and that is actually where you can query for like distance millimeters. So whatever this data structure is, oh, this whole data structure. Is this. And then you can get all this other, we can get all this other fancy pants stuff I just don't think we need. Like you can get this thing that gives you the validity. That might not be bad to have, actually. It takes another byte though. Maybe we could pack in. So for example, if we decided to use 6 bytes, we could stick the quality in our leftover bytes, or if we used 7 and then only needed 5 bytes on the second bit, we could maybe stick the quality in there. You kind of really only want to do that. I mean, it's kind of nice, I guess. Like if we have the room to do it. I don't really know what it means there. Like 5 and 9 means ranging okay. Is that 5 and 9, or is that like a bitwise operator? I don't really know what this is trying to tell me. Anyway, we'll ignore that for the moment. So this is what we care about. So it is a. That's weird. You would think that'd be sigma of the current distance in millimeter. The measured distance in millimeters is signed. Why would you ever have a negative distance unless something's real bad? Doesn't that seem not right? Like how could you... Why would that be signed? Is that just a mistake, or... Maybe that's just how so they're doing some mem copy. So that might just be how the data comes in. Maybe weird though. Okay, well I'm gonna ignore that, I think. And they do this thing where they flip the image basically. So they invert the Y. I don't know that I care that much. Might as well, I guess. Okay, so if we have data, so then we want to do... Oh wait, that Y is not inverted. I'm a little confused here. I mean, I don't even really quite understand the um, so doesn't this kind of seem wrong? If they say they're inverting the y. Oh, I see. I guess they're saying it's increasing y. Okay, I thought that meant they were like trying to flip the y. Um, we should find the data sheet for the thing because I want to be sure I understand that. You know, the thing. This thing. Ah, I just wanted to see the data sheet, but thanks. Um, okay, so we start counting here, right? These is this our which flips horizontally and vertically the captured image of the target. As a consequence, the zone identified as zone 0 in the bottom left is illuminated by a target located at the top right-hand side. So that doesn't bother me too much. I mean, it's a little weird, right? But just flipping the Y doesn't bother me. But if you flip the Y, the X is still backwards. So that's what the thing is. That's what they're doing here. Because if we just counted like this, which I would, I mean, I don't know. What do I think is the right answer? Because different things, different coordinate systems operate differently. Like you could make the case that like actually basically the question is pixel 0, 0 the bottom left of the screen or the upper left of the screen? Either way, we want to flip our X, but it is kind of a question of do we also want to flip the Y? What's the right answer? Processing, for example, starts counting the upper left, right? So 0 is up here. Guess that's, I mean, there's plenty of places where the screen Y does that, but that's kind of where I would, if I was just counting along in pixels, I would kind of want to start with the upper left, which would mean looping through the rows and inverting the Y. So yeah, that's what they've done. So let's just steal that. I think that's easy enough to change if we need to. How do we want to do this? I don't actually like this. I just want to loop. I don't like the way they did this. So let's just do y is less than 8, y plus plus. Except here we actually do want to go backwards. Like this, basically. I kind of only want to do this if there is data. Okay, so this is where it gets a little weird. So we need I will need to split this. You know, send those 2 bits. So we want just our index is just going to be y times 8 plus x. Very interesting formatting. Thanks. Okay, sure. Yeah, great. Thanks. Okay, how bad did I mess that up? So we're gonna loop through all the columns, right? We're just counting up the columns. We're looping through all rows. I'm sorry, we're looping through the rows. Then we're going to loop through the columns backwards. And then our index is just whatever row we are on times 8 plus wherever we are here. We're going to get that reading here. And so we basically just want to say like, give me the first. Or give me the bottom 6 bits. And then this one is going to be measurement, bump it over by 8 bits. The signedness, though, is going to mess me up, right? Like, or we just ignore it and assume that it's always going to be. I don't know, man. And then the bottom. Oops. The bottom 6 bits of that. So we get the top 6 bits and the bottom 6 bits. If we wanted to cram some other stuff in there, we certainly could. So we'll write those 2. And then just let's. Am I missing something? Let's just to start with read very infrequently. I've almost certainly messed this up. Kind of tempted to switch to the 4x4 reading. But I don't have to do, I don't know if I have to do anything special. I don't know what to call it. And maybe width is the right answer. It's going to do less than width. Okay, well, this might just be a mess. So basically we're expecting to see F3 and then 128 bytes that are zero with the top 2 bits zeroed out. So if I upload here, is it going to build? Oh, this is ear connected. Sorry. Oh, he's so fast. Did it work? I don't know. Kind of feels like that didn't work. Something wrong here? Are you broken? Why is there no status information? Okay. So what did we get? We got an F3. I don't know why we didn't get the first 2 bytes, but that's fine. We got an F3. And then we got 128 bytes. And nothing over here should have a number bigger than 8. No. We only have 2 bytes there. 0, 1, 2, 3. So it shouldn't have any numbers bigger than 3, which it doesn't look like there are. You just view this as binary. Okay, so we got... So the idea is this. Maybe this helps illustrate it a little more. If we just view the binary, these top 4 bits mean that's when we send the F. So all our status things where we just have an F here in hex, we always know that if the top 4 bits are set, we know it's a status byte, basically, which is overkill, but I think it will do the job, because then that leaves us 4 bits for status codes, and that lets us do 16, which is plenty. I don't think we'll have more than 16 status codes. If we do have more than 16 status codes, we can figure it out, and we can like only use one. You know, we could only use the topmost bit if we wanted. That would mean putting I think an 8 here. Anyway, so then all of our status codes would start with 8. So, but I don't think we need it. So if you look at all these, you can see the top bits are always empty. So what we have to do is start taking these and anding them together, which it would be so nice if there was just a simple tool for that. Like, I just want a simple bitwise math tool. I mean, if I could do that in Visual Studio Code, Gotta be a way to do that, right? Just like let me type the thing in and see the answer. Or maybe this tool has that. See, the data bits, that's tricky. I could send just a dummy byte, I guess. And set this to 16. No, I can't, never mind. Never mind. Well, there's gotta be some fun online bitwise calculator. So for example, if we have 001, can I cut and paste this? That'd be so nice. Nope. Are you serious? Copy this binary. I mean, I could just look at this and use my brain, I guess. But, so, that's not right at all. This. What is going on? Copy this binary. It copied them both. Great. So actually this isn't right. We need to like shift. It's not just a, yeah. We need to do a couple operations actually. We need to shift and add. So can this not do that? I mean, it's not hard. I just thought there would be like a nice little tool that would let me do the thing. Like if I want a multi-step bitwise math thing. Can you do this on Wolfram? Are you smart enough? Why would the result be... Oh, well, yeah, so that would be true. So, okay, here's where it gets a little weird. So I need to actually shift this over by 6. Right? Because that's how I had shifted it. Oh man, this is sort of a weird one. I think I did this wrong. I gotta rethink this. This isn't quite right. This isn't right. Okay, wait, we gotta rethink this for a second. So we want the bottom 6 bits. We only want to shift this over. Okay, there's a couple things here. 1, we didn't actually shift this. And 2, we only want to shift over by... No, we have to shift it over by 8, but we only want 6. Is that right? No. Okay. Let's think here. We want to shift this by 6. We're just going to... Yeah, because we're basically just throwing away anything that isn't... That is like... higher than what we want. So I think this is actually what we want. We want to take whatever the bottom 6 bits are, and just anything about that we don't care. And we want to then shift it over by 6, take the next 6 bits, and anything about that we don't care. Something like that. Okay, so does this make more sense now? It looks like that might make a little more sense. So we want to shift those back. You can tell my bitwise skills are just astounding. That's not right at all. Copy is binary. Okay, move these over 6 and it with this. Add it to this. That looks extremely wrong. Yeah, how could this be right? Because I sent the low bit first. That number still seems extraordinarily wrong. Okay. I'm obviously just getting too fancy here, right? It's definitely just some silly mistake. So the second number needs to be shifted back over by 6 and then added. Did I lose my old room? We shifted that to the right by 6 and then masked off what we didn't want. So yeah, it really should just be, let's just type it, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. Should be the low bits. Zero, 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 1, 1, 1, 0. Shift that over by 6. How could that be true? How could this be true? Are these just lies? Like, are we just ending up with some nonsense from the top of that 16-bit number? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we really would, you'd think we'd only have anything in like up to 7 bits, maybe, so only the bottom 2 bits of the top byte. So I'm probably just doing something very silly. Almost guaranteed. Right? Like, there's just no way. If I shifted this to the right by 6 bits, how is this possible? How could I get this? Am I like getting duplicated here? Like, is this 1, 0 actually... think about this. I'm definitely just screwing this up. Getting notifications for houses for sale. Should I buy this house? It's purple. Life is yours. There's a purple house for sale. Who posted a picture postcard? Very nice. Life is yours. Where are you when I need you to talk about this purple house? Fine, I'm not gonna buy it. I don't need your purple house. Dishes in the sink seems like not the way to go. Some cool Metallica flags in the house. Kind of a murder basement dungeon. Gross carpets. Very nice deck. Very large backyard. Northeast 90th. So like up near the airport? Okay, let's find this house. Zillow.com. Purple houses, please. Not 9th, 90th. Oh no, your internet. Well, then you don't get to see my new purple house. Wait, what was it? 4703 Northeast 90th. Yeah, look at this. Look at this purple house. It's only $360,000. Just got a price cut today. Instead of a driveway, it just has mud, which I'm not crazy about. I'm not crazy about the mud. The porch looks not bad. It looks relatively new. Exterior condition, not terrible. This is a kind of a concern. It's kind of a weird thing going on, but just ignore that for the moment. Needs a paint job. Maybe this porch is not in great condition. The upper part. You think this is a no? What are you talking about? You haven't even seen the whole house yet. Hardwood floors, which are kind of vaguely purplish. That seems good. This is a really weird window. Look at this weird prison window. Okay. Lots of locks on the door. Something about this house is saying like drug house. We'll go through it and maybe you'll see why. Really interesting living room decor choice. I like the Amazon box. Another prison window. I really like the wooden chair as an end table. It's classy. Kind of weird that that part is totally bare, but there's this nice little stage thing going on. Kitchen, ceiling fan. Looks like cereal here. Floor could use some love, I'm gonna say. It looks like some kind of... We got some sort of central heating. Yeah, the dishes in the sink it seems like a weird choice for your real estate photo. This backsplash looks relatively new, and this countertop looks relatively new. The floor does not. This little wooden area is very interesting. Stove is dirty. The kitchen is tiny, but I've had tinier. I mean, it does have this separate little nook, I guess you could use if the dining room's out there. I like the vintage tile on the floor. Nice vintage bathtub. Reasonable looking bathroom, I think. There's a wooden chair facing across from the toilet. So I guess you can just sit here and just stare into somebody's eyes while they sit on the toilet. Looks like we're missing a bolt on the toilet. Weird. But here we start to get somewhere. Floor's not in great shape. Looks like some water damage. I mean, maybe they just put a fresh coat of paint over. I don't know. Is this mold? There's like some weird black stuff in the nooks and crannies. The giant shears are a concern. Is this a sander? Look at this room. Oh, come on. It just needs a little cleanup. That's why this house is 300 something thousand instead of 400 something thousand. This room is pretty good. Dragon Force Metallica, machine head. Got a lava lamp here. A very dirty PS4 Slim, maybe? You got the hand lotion right by the bed, where it belongs. I don't know. Did someone just give a teenage boy a house? Nice little murder basement. Are you kidding me? This is Portland, man. 300K is a bargain. Bargain. Look at this stained glass window down in the little murder basement. Washer and dryer. Nice murder sink. Some kind of air. I don't know what this is. It's the heater, is it? Surely not. No, the heater must be here. I don't know what that is. And is this a finished part of the basement? Maybe with really horrible carpet, like truly terrible carpet. But somebody, I mean, this looks like a relatively recent remodel, right? Like somebody did some work down here. So some part of the basement, I guess. So it's got a second bathroom. 2 bathrooms? Dude, no way. Maybe if this was in Alabama, if this was in Mississippi, maybe it'd be 82,000. In Portland, this is a bargain. Look at this deck. Deck could use some love, I think. Very large backyard that I'd have to mow. So 360,000. I'm gonna say no. I mean, that location is not terrible. It is kind of out there. That's the airport. I currently live here, so it would be. So, are you recommending that it's a couple blocks from the highway, right? I got a couple blocks from the highway. I'm insulated by all of these houses. The airport is maybe more of a concern. The airport actually is. The airport's just right here, so yeah. I've noticed a lot of inexpensive houses like in this, or like comparatively inexpensive houses for what they are. A little bit suspicious. But I could go to the Sacagawea dog park, hang out with all the dogs. Okay, you're saying no to this purple house then. What about this house? 5 bedrooms. I do like a house with a yellow door. 485,000, bit out of my budget. Where are the 5 bedrooms? They must be in the basement, right? How did they get all these basement rooms? Yes, I do. I mean, this one's got a garage. The main thing, the truth of the matter here is I don't really want a house. I really just want to shop. I kind of like the look of this one, though. Not a bad look. 105th. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. The house is only 962 square feet. So the house isn't very big, but looked like a pretty substantial garage. Or like some sort of little workshop. Look at this thing. What is it? I don't know. A bunker of some kind. I don't know about these finished basements. I don't know. What happens when the basements flood? I mean, maybe. It also just could be that somebody just bought this cheap and flipped it you know, put a coat of paint on it. Like, it could still just be a disaster. Price history. So there's not more history. I don't know. Houses cost a lot of money. Look at all these $1 million houses over here. Lots of $1 million houses. Look up here. 1.4 million, 1.9 million. Let's see if I bought a house in my neighborhood. So some of these are just condos, but like an actual house in this part of town, 1.4 million, 1.29. The graph, it might have been the I'm not sure. Something about the either historical pricing or like historical, yeah, like price estimate. I can't look at that or it will make me angry. So the purple house, for example, this will just be a demonstration of why I should have bought a house here a long time ago. Where are you, purple house? Come on, buddy. So this house is 360,000. So this is just the estimate, the like Zillow estimate, but when I moved to Portland, quote unquote, it was about around $100,000 cheaper. Ugh, 10 years ago. So this house has tripled in value in the last 10 years, basically. It's sad. Yeah, it's a sad story. However, the good news is this. Here's the good news. This is the very good news. But I don't. What happened last year? I mean, the inventory was super low because of COVID, and tons of people trying to flee California and move here. So low inventory and people escaping California, I think, drove everything up here. Look at this. Look at this insanity. They haven't even announced earnings yet, right? Earnings aren't even announced. Because I think earnings are at 5 p.m. Eastern. So it could be that they announce earnings and then like the world. Oh my gosh. Why is Roblox up 40% today? Why is Roblox up 40% today? What happened? What? What's going on with Roblox? Oh yeah, overvalued. Yeah, you think? Like I said, good earnings. Oh geez, I hope if Unity earnings are good today, which lots of people seem to be betting they are, they will be. Then I can buy an extra purple house. Like I can paint, I can afford to paint the entire house purple, purple carpet, purple everything. I just need, yeah, like I'll just make my house look like this basically. If Unity goes to 200, this will be my house. What do you think? It's not quite your shade of purple. Actually, this is more your purple, right? So I'm thinking Unity goes to 200. This is it. Go full purple. Well, here's the thing. Whatever. Here's my fun roller coaster. So Unity only IPO'd like a year ago, like a little longer than a year ago, I guess. Yeah, a little more than a year ago. And it did this, and I got up to here, and I was like, oh man, I should have bought Unity. And then it went here, and then it had this insane crash. Like, it had this like minor crash, you know, this minor, what you might call it a correction. And I was like, oh, I got to get some Unity. And then it started to go back up, and then it just like fell off a cliff in one day. And that was a bad day. And then it just got lower and lower and lower, and it eventually got down to, I think, around 80. But I did the thing you're supposed to do, and I just bought all the way down. I just rode this roller coaster down, bought Unity. I should have bought more in retrospect. Once I got here, I got really nervous though, because you know I started buying here, and it was here. But now, anything could happen. Anything could happen. Like, people are insane. Look at what Roblox is doing based on good earnings. So if Unity has good earnings today, it could go up 30% tomorrow. I don't know. And then the question would be like, should I sell it or should I hang on to it? I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, what were we doing? We were trying this before I got distracted by purple houses. Maybe I'll just have one purple room, and that can be the guest room. And when you visit, you can stay in the purple room. That doesn't look good. Okay. What, So this is my status byte, right? So I feel like I'm just doing something very silly. Because I'm getting a number, right? I'm just doing something ridiculous. That's all there is to it. I'm saying give me 6 bits, and then I'm saying bump it over 6 bits and give me those 6 bits. But how could I ever have this? Like, because then that would have meant that I had 6 bits. This doesn't make I'm clearly just doing something super wrong. But I'm not clear yet on what my wrongness is. So if we have this plus this, what incredibly wrong thing am I doing? Unless it's like, actually, where is the thing? It's just sitting here. Doesn't look like it's doing anything weird. Okay, I think we have to back up and just yeah, I think we just have to back up a little bit. So let's is there something wrong with my measurement? Let's just try this. So let's just get some ASCII, I guess, because I'm clearly... It's definitely one of those things that I'm just doing something so obvious, I'm sure. I'm sure it's just an incredibly obvious thing, and that makes it frustrating, but whatever. Okay, these are the numbers I should be getting. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, and then we'll look at these numbers. Cool numbers. Be right back. Okay, these numbers seem fine, right? Like, those numbers seem... Nothing seems weird about these numbers. These numbers all seem reasonable. It's like 2 meters ish to the ceiling, I guess, is what we're seeing here. So then the question is, what am I doing? So I think I can do this, print. Is that a thing I can do? Doesn't seem to like that. How do you do this? Why is that not right? Oh. Wait. That's just, yeah, that's just the measurement. Okay, let's print that in binary and see what it actually should look like. Where's the data? Okay. So, for example, so basically 10 bytes so that is the top 4 bytes. Really hate that you can't just Control C. Go, go, go. As usual, it's useless. So that's 668. It is? I guess because, oh, we're going left to right. Oh, wait. So it's really just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because it would be like, no, that's not right. No, no, no. So it is. It's like 512 plus 128. So 2, 1, yeah, 2 to the 10th, right? So 2 to the 10th. Yeah. So this is 668. So this is right. So the bottom 6 bits should be this. And then we would just have top 4 bits. So that was right. So what was, I guess my thinking was wrong in that. It would make sense to have 10 bits. Because we wouldn't need 12. I mean, that would only count to 1024 though. I mean, we really would need another bit. Like for this number, for example, is going to be 11, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bits. Yeah. So then what's the problem? So let's try also printing. I'm sure this is just some super ridiculous thing, right? Like, I mean, it's possible that this part's right and I'm just doing it incorrectly. I'm reassembling it incorrectly in some way, but let's see. Oh yeah, those seem to be binary also. Let's just do this for now. What incredibly obvious, silly thing am I doing? My new line characters did not work, but whatever. So the bottom 6 seem to be correct, right? So the bottom 6, and then shift this over by 6. And that should be right. Right? You basically just want to take this and sit it on top of that. So now let's try to, this might really freak it out. Let's try. Let's just print a little bit. Maybe all this is right and actually was just reconstructing it wrong, which would be silly and embarrassing, but whatever. Whatever. If my channel serves one purpose, it's to prove that you have to be bad at things to learn to be good at things. That's my purpose here. Okay, so I actually want to see the binary output, so this is going to be pretty weird to try to figure this out. So we're going to see the binary output of binary output. Okay, so wait, where's our like what's that number? Okay, 4 and 5, and then we're at 4 and 5 and 1 and 0 though. What does that mean? Because this 947 is probably our next number. But where did we get a 1 and a 0? Don't know the answer. Should have put a space after it. Anyway, so the binary of this is really a mess to try to figure out. Okay, so the ASCII, what we're looking for, well, actually, we can know. So let's just do this. Encode, I know. Well, I don't worry. I'm doing a terrible job of it, so don't worry. I'm doing it poorly. So this is correct, right? Our low six bits translates to 45. So that is correct. So then our next 6 bits should translate to 10, basically. And then we, unshifted. So what is my problem here? So the next 4 bits, or our top 4 bits actually, so just is 10. So I did do it right. I just reassembled it incorrectly. So that's, I guess good news that I did one part correctly and then one part very poorly. So can we figure out what I did? So if we just took this, I don't know if Wolfram knows this. 685, great. And then if we cut off the top 4 bits, it's 45. Excuse me, please. And then if we only had basically 10, 10, which would be 8 and 2, which should be the number 10, is 10. So that's what we get. So that seems correct. So then what is my whole entire problem? Why can't I then take the 10, 1101, which is 45, right? Plus, okay, actually, here's the thing to try. So 1010, 0B 1010 is 10 until I shift it is 6. What number are we trying to get? That's 640, and we're trying to get 685. And then our first number was 45. So then if I add our first number, which was 1011, those 6 bits, we get 685. So what did I do wrong before? What did I do wrong before? And it shouldn't matter if there are 8 bits here, right? That shouldn't matter. What did I do before? So I did it right. I wrote the code correctly and then just, I don't know, man. What? How did I get it so wrong? Was I shifting in the wrong direction or something really silly like that? Let's see. Is that all I did? Maybe I just like had my shift backwards. No, because that would make it, yeah, how? And the order of this shouldn't matter, right? How? Okay, I wasn't using the 0B notation. So is that my problem? Yes. So it's actually just Wolfram being cool. And if I use the 0B notation, it works. So the last, whatever, 30 minutes was a total waste. And I actually did it correctly the first time. I actually did it correctly the first time. Cool. Okay. Anyway, well, that was a fun little diversion where I don't even know quite what to say about that. I guess I made invalid assumptions. I should have just done it on paper, I guess. Or should have done it in calculator, in scientific calculator mode. Is that the thing I should have done? Or I should have just used a calculator. Scientific programmer calculator. Is that what I actually needed? So I should have used the programmer calculator and then none of this would have happened, right? Is that the moral of the story today? Because then I would have said 0010. Wait, how do I type in binary? Zero zero 101100. Right? Those are the 6 bits. And I mean, I kind of want to write it as a full formula though, because I want to put in the other number and bit shift that. So I have to store this in memory. I don't know. I just have to learn to use this, I guess. I just wanted this. I just wanted to be able to write it like a formula. I'm sure there's a place I could type that in, like in Visual Studio. I'm sure I could just type that in. In Visual Studio Code, I don't know. Like, how do you store this in memory? That's not how you do it. How do you store something in memory, you think? I mean, the other way to do it would be just this. Shift it over. But then I can't type the number 6. So I have to type the number 6 in binary? Is that what you're telling me? So that's like a 4 and a 2. Whatever. Okay. So this works now, right? We think. We just need to visualize it. So I guess the quickest and easiest way, let's build this. The quickest and easiest way is to write a thing in, let's just do it quickly in processing because that will let us really quickly get where are you? Processing uninstalled? Well, we've used it, so where is it? Where's processing? Is it called something silly? Cool. Let's just do this, I guess. Yeah, whatever. I mean, that was it. That's annoying. I guess I should feel good because I did write it correctly. I just tested it incorrectly, which is like frustrating and embarrassing. in its whole own magical way. Okay, so let's do a split up, and let's say we want some cereal. Oops. I don't remember how anything works. Uh, 115, 200. Interesting. Buffer until the line feed. So, I don't know. Maybe we should have just done this all with CSV, but I'm trying to get better at this stuff, you know? I'm trying to get better at thinking about bits and bytes and structuring my logic around bits and bytes. And then this is how I'm paid off, by poorly using the tools. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and look at the video and try to figure out what nonsensical thing I did. So basically, we're not going to do the buffer until. We're not going to do any of that stuff. We're just going to say, I'll think about how I like this, how I want to do this. So we want a, I guess an int here is probably 32 bits, right? I don't remember how Java works. Int, oops. I need to save this only because if I don't, I will lose my mind. Because I will just... Okay, so then we need a void draw. And then we need to say how do you do this? Okay, I'm already mad at this. Is that not right? Serial available. Is that not how you do this? What does that actually return? Returns the number of bytes available. But, oh, is that all? It's just not used? Okay. So if bytes is greater than 0. Okay, so this is where it's going to be a little goofy, because we want to basically say if, how do we want to do this? We don't want to do it like this. We just want to loop through whatever bytes are available. So that all right? Serial read gives you an int. What do I want to read a byte? Read bytes. I guess I could read all the bytes. Returns the next byte in the buffer as a char. What do I want it to be? A byte? Whatever. Okay, so here's where it's going to be a little goofy. So it's basically going to be like if data and is this right? So if data, and if we take whatever the data is and we mask the top 4 bytes, I'm sorry, the top 8 bytes, and it's equal to that, meaning just all of those are set, then it's a status bit, right? How do you... Something. I got a new house notification. Is it purple? I'm only considering purple houses. This house is pink, so the price just got cut by $25,000 though. It's also very close to the airport. I don't know. Life is yours. You might like this one. The kitchen's nice. Okay, let's just take a diversion here. Do important things, and check out this house at 2020 Northeast Lombard. I don't know, Ben. I don't know. So Ben, here's the thing, is this. This says I should buy a house, I think. I think this is telling me it's time. We'll see in an hour when earnings come out if this just crashes and burns. Obviously, I should have invested in Roblox, which is up 40% today. Why? I bought shares all the way down. So actually, I don't have as much as I would like. I think I have 250. So not an insane amount, but it does mean that I've made enough for part of a down payment on a house in 6 months, which is pretty good. But mainly I'm tired of paying rent, and I'm tired of not being an old man with a shop in my garage. Because right now my shop is, I can basically touch both of the walls. But I don't know. I mean, I feel I did okay. I feel like I did okay because I bought, well, I don't know. Let's look at the chart and see the nonsense I did. So here's the high, and then it kind of crashed down to here. And I think I bought right here, and then it dropped like $20 the next day, which was great. But then I bought kind of all the way down, and I bought all the way up. I didn't buy at the absolute low. I think that in the 90s is the lowest I bought. So I'm doing okay on Unity. I want to wait a full year to share those, so I don't have to pay short-term capital gains. But if I was smart, I would probably sell it right now because they're going to announce earnings in an hour. And if they miss earnings, I feel like it's going to drop right back down to here. But all of these people in the last week, all of these people seem to think that earnings are going to be good, or at least they're betting that earnings are going to be good. I cannot believe Roblox. That is insane. So this is what I want to happen to Unity. Anyway. Don't cry. The short story. Hey, you've almost tripled your money. You're rich. Congratulations. That is incredible gains. You talk about the percent gain. Don't talk about actually how much money it was. Anyway, whatever. It's not a major amount of money, but it is it's substantial enough to be like, okay, maybe I should be, maybe it's time to think about this stuff. Okay, so life is yours. You do? Wait, you have Roblox? Are you rich? Life is yours. I know you're going to look at this house and you're not going to like it because it's not purple. But we could paint it. So right off the bat, the thing I like about it more than the other house is that it actually has a driveway instead of just mud. Hey, richer than yesterday. That's what matters. The roof, I don't know. The exterior looks okay. This roof looks a little weird. I don't know why it's so green and gross when there's no tree hanging over it. Maybe they just cut down the tree. The inside looks quite nice. I mean, it really looks like a house that somebody bought to flip, right? So if we look down here in the pricing history, is it going to say somebody bought it for like $100,000 less last year? Actually, the last sale. Oh my gosh. This house was $84,000 10 years ago. Right now, it is listed for $450,000. Now, it depends on who put the money in to, I mean, it looks like it was very recently updated. So like some thousands of dollars, I guess, went into updating this. Maybe somebody bought it in between here and updated it and it's just not listed. I mean, it should be public record though, so I don't exactly understand. Who knows? Who knows? But it looks pretty nice. Wait, I lost it. Oh no, come back. I do like this royal blue house next door. The lawn, not looking so great. Interior, like cheap laminate floors, which is like the signature move of someone flipping a house is fake laminate. Really old heating fixture. Yeah, it looks like somebody just updated it. Like somebody just put a couple $1,000s in and then added $100,000 to the price or something. Nice big windows, some fancy French doors, more laminate. Really, I'm not a fan of that laminate, especially like this weird gray. And of course, the entire house is that. Kitchen's not bad. Cabinets don't look bad. It has a golden toilet paper holder. Internet here is going to be, I mean, well, actually, now that you mention that, so normally it would be Comcast, but it's very possible that some of these neighborhoods might have fiber. So it's possible that I could get fiber. I really like the golden toilet paper holder. That is a nice touch. Very classy. Don't like the banister. Love the creepy portal to the attic. I don't know why there's one brass hinge and two chrome hinges, but we'll just call that decorative flair, I guess. Hideous. I mean, all the white's nice. Also hideous. The beautiful autumnal leaves. This is cool. I like this space. So there's a bathroom up there. Really weird closet space. Can be an upgrade from my current closet. Oh, you have fiber in your apartment? Whoa. Wait, what's up with the bathroom window? What's wrong with the bathroom window? I was too distracted by like what's out there. Who knows? Could be anything. Could be just the neighbor's window. I kind of like this weird closet. Maybe this will be my new office. Are we in the basement now? Where are we now? So finished basement until it floods. This fancy backyard. So they call this floor 1, but it's the basement. It's got a rec room. So the main problem here is there's no garage and no shop. I guess the rec room can become the shop. Life is yours, your bedroom can be up here. It's still a lot of bedrooms. One of these can be an office. This crazy closet. Okay. $450. Wait, in the bathroom? I didn't think it looked like water damage. Oh, down here? I think that's like stickers on the blinds. see what you mean. It does look kind of weird. I just assumed it was like stickers at the bottom of the blinds, but it does look kind of gross. I don't know. I mean, but in my mind, the golden toilet paper holder really makes up for it. Okay, so what are we doing? We're going to just see if my status byte thing works, although it doesn't like the math. So what's your problem? So if we just want that, who knows if I've done this correctly? I'm going to say probably not, but okay. So actually, we kind of just want the low bits here, right? We really just want this. Because we don't, you know, the upper bit is just where we're saying it's a status. So status 3, status 3. So status 3 was our data incoming. So that's good news. And it's slow because we made it slow. So, when we get this status, we know basically we need to reset the measurement index because we know we're about to get new data. So then we want to say else. And we're going to just store. This is where we need to do the thing. So this is, oh, this is actually, wait, this is harder than I thought. Because we need 2 bytes. How do we want to do this? Because we always need to be sure to have 2 bytes. How do we want to do this? I wonder how big our buffer is. If it's 128 bytes, then I think we're okay. Although actually it might get bumped off. So it's 129, which is like our status byte followed by, so it's all there. So we know we have all the data. So the thing that's a little annoying is we always need to be sure. How can we be sure that we're reading 2 bytes at a time? That's why I'm kind of saying, like I kind of think our status bytes should always come in pairs. So we're just always dealing with pairs of bytes. I wonder what the actual way you're supposed to do this is. Because we always need to know. How do we want to do this? So I'm sure there's like some standard way that you're supposed to think about this that I just don't know. So we're saying give us all the bytes that are available. But I want to be able to I guess I just need to know if I'm on the low byte or the high byte. Like, how could I do that? I could flag it. Like, what's the actual right way to do this? What's the way to do this to always make sure? Because I can just loop through this, I guess, by... The thing that throws it off is, like, I don't really know where I am, right? Like, the measurement index, the byte index... Because I'm just reading them in one at a time, which maybe I shouldn't do. Maybe I should copy the whole buffer. Maybe that's a more appropriate thing to do. How do you like handle serial event? I mean, that is kind of interesting though, actually, because you could do something where you buffer until. I mean, I don't want to get too crazy here because we're not actually going to do this with processing. I just want to like have my logic figured out, basically. I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, they're just doing, certainly do it with just a ton of string operations, but what is the right way to do this? That isn't terrible. I mean, once we get this, we know that we are reading, basically. Because it would be nice to end up, so what I would like is to end up in a state where it's like, okay, we just know that we have the 128 bytes. We've got it. It's all good. How would I like to do that? What was that cross-platform serial port library I was using, by the way? Let's see. Was it this? Or was it serial port? Was it this one? I don't think so. It was serial port. No, not Haskell. Serial lib? What was it? I had it working. Okay, I gotta find it. What might that have been called? Bloom. So that was Bloom Ray. libserialport.h. Yeah, I think this was it. So how does it work? Events in C. So, yeah, I think we just... Well, I guess we could just look at the project I just... Because I don't think it was very complicated. I think I even multi-threaded it, right? Or that was the image loading was multi-threaded. So we made the port. I don't know, man. How did I do this? Threw away any serial data we had. So we did this non-blocking read. So we just read whatever was there and then just looped through the buffer. Yeah, and this was the format for... This was for the Luna, the TF Luna. So basically we said if the buffer, like if we find, we're looping through the buffer and we find these with these, this is their like little header. Then we so the data index is just how we were like moving through, because we were expecting 9 bits. Sorry, 9 bytes of data. So their blocks came in 9 bytes. So we were basically just looking for 9 bytes. And then when we got 9 bytes, we knew we were good. So, we kind of need a byte counter just to know where we are, because we want 128 bytes. Yeah, so that's all we need is, I don't know. I don't actually know if I really like this, but it'll do the job. And be fairly lightweight, I think. So the measurement index, so this gets tricky. Like if we get this, we need to reset both the byte index and the measurement index. And so what's going to be a little weird, so we need to like store the low byte and the high byte, I guess. I don't know. The way that's coming to mind to do this feels sort of silly. because there's a way that we can kind of do it. There's two ways to think about this, I guess. One is like looking ahead to the buffer and saying like, okay, I know I need the next bit, so I'm going to do something with that next bit. But if for some reason it's not available, then you're kind of in trouble if you don't have a way to like recover from that. That may never happen. I just don't know. Like, you know, it may never be that like it may just always be that we have the full buffer every time. But I think that's not true. I think there is a chance you could like look at the buffer and you only have half the bytes. And so it feels a little wiser to try to do it with no look ahead. But if you're not looking ahead, you need to be able to store you know, you've got to be able to store these things. And then so you basically say like if byte index if it's an even numbered byte, then you want to store the and that just comes straight out. I don't know why those are integers. I don't really, that seems really weird, but okay. So otherwise equals data shifted over by 6. And so we get the low byte first, and then the high byte, and then this feels silly, but and if we have the high byte, then we can do you know the lack of any kind of completion really bums me out. Something like this. Something like this. Feels pretty silly. So we should just see this measurement index increase. I don't know. There's probably a reason not to do it this way. Just feels a little safer. We did not initialize this. Is that how you do this in Java? So we counted up to 64, which is what we'd expect. We'd expect our byte index to be double that. Can you not clear this? Processing, you're really something. You seriously not clear the console? Maybe this is just a processing 4 beta thing that you can't, because I feel like you used to be able to do that. Okay, anyway. You're really not. It seems like it's okay. I really should not have set up Zillow to send me notifications about houses, right? That was a poor choice. I'm getting updates on Milwaukee, Oregon now. I think we need to address the saved search situation. That house is cute. It's blue. Kind of like it, actually. I kind of love it. Let's get this house. What's the garage like? Why don't they ever show the garage? This one looks like it has 2, like, little shed additions or something. 3? This is weird. Bright and beautiful home. Great layout. Spacious bonus of a 360 foot in the attic room for an art studio. Large corner lot, move-in ready. Stone's throw from coffee shops. Interesting. There's a virtual tour. I can't wait. I just want to know... Okay, this just means a cute slideshow. Is that... Is this just the exact same photos but with some pan and scan on them? Because that's not very helpful. I like want to know about the garage. I mean, it looks like there's other structures on the property. But pretty big lot. It says parking is a carport. But there's definitely little buildings around. What are in the little buildings? Can anyone tell me? It is quite cute. The attic does look nice. Like, I don't know if this little thing on the side is an addition. There's also a little shed in the background. Was that just part of the house? Like the house was teeny tiny and they added to the back? I don't know. Whatever. I'm not buying a house until I'm rich with Unity stock. Speaking of, how rich am I? Uh-oh. Did earnings not go well? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Q3 revenue up 43% year over year. Holy crap. Intent to acquire Weta Digital? Unity's going to buy Weta? That's wild. But so why is Unity down $10? I knew this was going to happen. Yeah, but I mean, earnings don't have to be good. They just had to beat estimates. So I guess it didn't beat estimates because we're now $12 down after hours. How? Whatever. People just don't know anything. Down $13. Yes, look at this beautiful crash. Oh well, I knew it was going to happen. Why didn't you tell me to sell an hour ago and I said I should have sold? Because if I had sold, it would have Robloxed, right? Yeah, Unity's buying Weta for $1.6 billion. How is that not huge news? Unity announces tech stream. That seems like that should be good news, right? And lifts its full year sales outlook. Well, obviously, I don't know anything because Unity is now down $15 after hours. $15, gone. 10%-ish drop. Oh well. Okay, what are we actually doing? We feel like we have data here. The question is that data meaningful in any way? So this is gonna be a little weird, but I think it makes sense. I think. This is the thing I always forget, always. But I think it is I divided by 8 and I mod 8. I've written this equation 7 trillion times. You think I would know it, but... So let's just make an ellipse at x comma y to start with. Ben, I'm poor again. Now I can't buy a house. There was a brief, beautiful moment. But those days are gone. Size? And well, it's like plus whatever our max radius would be, right? Or 1/2 of our max radius? I don't know. We'll figure that out in a minute. Okay, we got all these polka dots. Actually, it's width divided plus width divided by 8 times 0.5. Like this? Something like this? Silly? It's not really the way to do this, but okay. So we have these. Now, here's the thing. I don't remember. What is the actual documented range for this thing? Wait, what's going on Unity YouTube? Do I want to know? The stock's going down now. The stock's crashing. Crashing and burning. Down 15 bucks after hours. I feel like Weta is huge news. That's crazy. What a weird thing to think about. Unity is buying the company that made Lord of the Rings. That's pretty weird. I forgot what this device is even called. So it's this thing. Oh wait, is it right here? I just need to know. It doesn't have to be exactly right. I just need to know. Approximately. Oh wait, I downloaded this, didn't I? Okay. Yeah, 400 centimeters. So basically 4 meters. I mean, 4 meters, not basically, it just is. It just is 4 meters. Don't know why they say that when it has millimeter resolution. Why would you not say 4 meters or 4,000 millimeters? But okay. So this should be times. So this is like our max size. Times measurements I divided by 4,000. Or another way to put it would be radius is equal to Maybe that makes a little more sense. Times radius. Something like that. I mean, obviously not. Obviously, we've done a terrible job to float. So how bad is it? Looks pretty bad. Whoa, look, numbers. Oh yeah, we set this to only update every 15 seconds or something, right? 5 seconds. So let's not do this. Let's run it as fast as we can. Let's give it a 5 millisecond delay just to be safe. Just, I don't know why. Just for safety's sake. They just announced that the new, like, they have this crazy, like, game networking platform. Let's see, like Unity multiplayer services. I forgot what it's called. And it does all this stuff. It does everything. On paper, on a piece of paper, the piece of paper says it does everything. I hate the way they organize their, Unity gaming services. They organize their blog in such a way that it is not chronological, which drives me insane. Welcome, What a Digital. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, Unity gaming services, they announced a couple weeks ago. It does all this stuff. I have not used it yet. I don't know if it's shareable. I don't know how done it is. I don't know anything. I just know that it exists. So all the stuff, netcode, voice chat. You can do lobbies or peer-to-peer. They have like game backend stuff, game economy stuff, authentication stuff. Like, it looks like the thing. I don't know. Netcode, I think, is just the network is the thing, right? Like, netcode is how things talk. I mean, that's their terminology, I think, just for their like basic networking layer. Yeah. High-level netcode, SDK, provides networking capabilities. So I don't know. I don't know what that means in terms of like client-server stuff still. Like, I just haven't looked into it enough yet. I just know it exists. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it'll be good. I think generally Unity packages have been trending towards being better rather than worse, I think. Maybe that's not fully true, but it's kind of true. Okay, this looks like I didn't clear the background. This is what it looks like, right? So why would this be so slow? Tremendously slow, very impressively slow. Why? Is it this is really slow? Is it doesn't seem like, I mean, this is milliseconds, right? 5 milliseconds should not be causing, I mean, that's just the update too. Like, okay, just to remove it from the equation for a second, let's see. That's fair. That's very constructive pessimism. What silly thing am I doing wrong? Oh, is it? It's probably just. Is it all the prints? Like my print lines? Why is it so slow, everybody? Also, does it work? Why is it so slow? We get the data, we print the data. That looks fast, right? Is it fast? Looks pretty slow. What'd I do wrong? Should I like build up a buffer and print it? I don't think so. I don't think that should matter. Okay, well, let's try this. So this is the distance array. So let's see what it's like. Okay, so that is slow. I would call that pretty freaking slow. It does not seem like 15 updates per second, but we didn't check the, so then there was the other thing, right? This, the max output. So, okay, at 15 hertz. So maybe we just weren't running at 15 hertz. Maybe we were defaulting to 1 hertz. So here it is. Set ranging frequency. Okay. So you can get 60 hertz at 4x4. That actually might be fine. So I guess it just defaults to 1. So we want to do this. Sorry? What is uploaded in the Arduino script first? I mean, I just tested 3 things basically. They had their very simple example. I didn't realize it just defaulted to 1 hertz. And I had based mine off the simple example. And then I just looked at their more robust example, which shows that you can update the frequency at the resolution we're at to 15 hertz. So this should be very fast. Yeah. Okay. So now if we run in processing, we should get data. Ooh. But is it upside down? How do I tell? Also, I think it's inverted, right? Because I want bigger to be closer. So actually I want like the inverse of this. Does that seem true? Does that seem like a true statement? 24 is the best hertz. At this resolution, it'll only run 15, which is fine. 15 hertz is not bad. But I mean, honestly, for the thing I need to do, 4x4 might be fine. So it's 8x8. I mean, it's a little hard to tell what's going on, right? Is that the door opening? I think something is close. What does it think is close? Or is it freaking out because I'm actually getting numbers bigger and it's like going negative or something? So I should probably clamp this. How do you do that in processing? It's constrain, right? So something like seeing 4 meters away should make it tiny. So what's wrong? Okay, let's do a couple things. Some subpixel. Get subpixely. So the scale is kind of not that useful, actually. So I don't want to do that anymore. Let's just do a rectangle instead and not do this. And then we don't need to do this offset anymore. Okay, we don't need a stroke. Okay, so we just want to basically so here's our very exciting grayscale image. So do I want closer to be brighter or do I want closer to be darker? Look at my incredible high-res camera. I kind of love it. Although I placed that order for that oak camera last night. So in April, oh, the real deal. For now. Can you see me? That's me. A little noisy. Maybe like a little noisier than I would have expected. So the thing is though, I should be able to hit 4 meters and it should turn black. Okay, so there's the door, and that's my arm in front of the door, I guess. So, what do we want to do here? What do we actually want to accomplish? I mean, it's pretty snappy. I think the 15 hertz is fine, actually. I just don't really know that I need this much resolution because it's just more data and more processing on the data, right? Like, I don't know. Oh, I can't use that. Shoot. Trapped in buffering hell. Oh, wasn't seeing the couch? I thought that was just the edge of the door. It's sort of hard to tell what I'm actually seeing. Maybe I should make the window tiny. Do I like it grayscale or do I like that? I guess we could do the HSV mode. However you do that. Let's say HSV mode. So actually, interesting. So color mode. So I could just do this, color mode 4000, and then we just can drop the measurement straight in. Oops, measurements I. We might not like that. We might still need to set the, hue and saturation. Oops. I don't know what those normally default to. I don't know. How about that? That doesn't look right. I'm gonna say that I didn't do that I did not do that right. Oh, because that's supposed to be HSP. Good grief. Okay, there we go. That's pretty good. My incredibly low-res depth camera. Problem is it's kind of like wrapped back around, right? Hyperbole back here. Hello. Hello. Okay, so obviously the thing that I need to do now is this terrible idea I'm about to have. Are you ready for this terrible idea, Life is Yours? You're gonna love it. Should I try to hook this to my Teensy and have a portable, terrible depth camera? I kind of think I should. I mean, I definitely shouldn't, but maybe I should. Can you do that? That's a thing you can do, right? Wait, how? Use gain control for my mic? So when I'm further away, have it turn up the gain? Well, that's pretty funny. I think I would use the Lunar for that, though. That's a little bit easier to deal with. Actually, this library was pretty good. I'm sure if we tried to write it from scratch, it would be a real pain. Especially just because I have not done any I2C stuff in a long time, so I would get it wrong. Speaking of I2C, though, this is an I2C screen, right? It says SPI. But over here I see a clock. Okay, so can we do this? How could we do this? Sorry. I'm just blinding you. Okay, this is the thing, right? This is like the literal exact same terrible eBay $10 thing that I have. It looks the same. So how would one do this? Is this all I need? Never tried to do this on a Teensy. In fact, I think I use this on a Pi, but I haven't used it on anything else. I mean, I feel like I have to, right? I have to have some ridiculous... Cool. There's a SPI and TFT. Well, you got it on your Pi, right? You didn't put it on a microcontroller, did you? I've used this on a Pi. I've never used it on a... CS? Is that cable select? That's a lot of freaking pins, man. mean, it's fine. 7. There should be no reason that I can't just use this on a Teensy, right? Right? So I have to figure out what pins are the right pins. So I need miso and mozi and the clock. Everything else is just whatever. Oh, you did it for your alarm. Oh, I thought that was connected to a Pi. I don't know that. What did you hook it to? You hooked it to an Arduino or to a... I kind of want to do this. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. Maybe we won't do it today. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. I'll be right back. I see. Use on an ESP32. Did you use the Adafruit library? This one, so this one was based on Adafruit GFX. But like, I'll just use this, right? Just use the Arduino one. Does this actually have the same pins that I think I need? Just all in the totally different order? What do you think BL means? I see. Maybe I would do better using the... Okay, I guess I should figure out, do I actually have a... Because this is a 2.2 inch. Oh yeah, it must be this one. What does BL mean? I don't have a BL. What does the blah? Oh, it's backlight. Does this not have a... Maybe I don't have a backlight. Well, there's a pin here called LED, so maybe that's the backlight. I only have one CS. I only have like one cable select, but I don't care that much. Oh, SD cable select. So I don't even care about talking to the SD card. Who cares? This is 2.2 inch. This is the same as yours. What is the actual model number of it? Though this is different though. This is IL, right? This is not the ST. This is different. This is ringing a bell. The IL, I9, this. Okay, but right, but the one I have this one, this is different. I need this. Right? Okay, so I must just straight up need those because the Arduino TFT library specifically, or it seems to specifically be for their image or their display. Yeah. So that's fine. So I don't know what this is, but a 9340 rings a bell. So this says it works with the 9340, so I guess I could just use this. I don't know why that documentation said to use both. I don't think this one is touch. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't see where it would come from. It looks like it's just, and it's full-size SD card, it's not even micro. It looks like this one, this terrible thing here. Cool. Okay, well. So I think we should do this just for kicks, but not today, maybe. We're processing this video. Please check later. Too large for Google to scan for viruses. Don't worry. Fast internet. This better not be inappropriate. The life alarm. I think I need some more red LEDs. Wait, I'm going to see your password. Pen number 000. Got it. Administrator. Wait, what did you just do? What was that? You just cut something? Oh, that was your RFID tag, I see. Is this a human proximity sensor? Whatever they're called? PIR sensor, this thing? Look at your beautiful wire spaghetti. Incredible. Nice work. PIR, that's what it's called. What did you use that for? I mean, aside from detecting humans. Is that my arm? I think I'm pretty okay with the field of view on this. Binary was thinking like maybe I should add a lens, but I think it's pretty good. It's so funny, the low resolution. This thing was only $10 because I bought two accidentally. So, but anyway, I feel like I'm pretty pleased with the bargain. It's the distance isn't as good as the TF Luna, but way wider field of view. So I think maybe tomorrow we'll add this thing just for kicks. But I'm gonna go eat lunch now. Ever heard of it? Lunch? I want to make this bigger for no reason. First. Is this gonna work? Did I make my math resolution independent? I guess so. How does this make your eyes feel? I can make it cool, and I can make it murderous and red. Cool, relaxing. Your classes are professional? Well, guess what? No professional. I don't think any professionals write object-oriented code on embedded systems. Look at those kisses. I would have said, wow, these are very professional looking classes that don't belong on a microcontroller at all. What are you, crazy? Wasting resources on object-oriented nonsense on an embedded system? Outrageous. The heat kisses really tie in well. Okay, I'm gonna go. I don't know, man. I was just reading, like, no, there's this thing you can buy. It's Adafruit's fault, I guess. Adafruit's fault. They do amazing work, but now if you get their little circuit playground, they want you to write in Python for the microcontroller. And I don't think it compiles anything. I think there's just a tiny Python interpreter also running. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it compiles to something sensible, but I think it just runs a really tiny little Python. So, you know, why not? Electricity's free. Processing power's free and infinite, so why wouldn't you just do whatever? Do whatever you want. Anyway, I'm making up for it today because I didn't do a bunch of nightmare string operations and I did a bunch of bad bitwise math. But here we are. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty compact. I don't really... Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's like some insane way to make it more compact, but I think this is about as tight as you would want to pack it. 6-second search times? I don't know. Computers are just... I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. Well, great. Outstanding. Who do I trust? Who do I believe? Microsoft? Do I believe that it should take 16 seconds to search for a thing? What's that guy? I mean, there are some hard problems associated with that. What is the 10x? What is that IDE? A 10x editor? Like high performance IDE? He streams a lot of development, and he actually was talking about can't even remember the exact context. It was specifically about. It was how he was searching things to create the like autocomplete table. I can't remember. It was something about like the complexity of searching code in that context because of includes, and he actually ended up doing it in kind of a janky way just because it made the performance so much better. Basically, he just indexed every file in the project without necessarily being careful about the way in which things were included, I think. Is it just Vim with tabs? I don't think so. Does it default to Vim-like navigation? You want to see Vim with tabs? Here it is, which I still have not quite gotten used to. I'm pretty close, but not quite there. I don't know what the semicolon's doing. So this worked okay though. The Teensy, this for like a Teensy development environment was not bad. It was very fast, much faster than Arduino, and you can actually like do stuff. I really am curious about this choice of indent. I was really inspired. And that little tool, also this. Not a fan of this. But whatever. We'll do the same thing if we do this. Yes. How weird. Yeah, this was okay. So life is yours. I recommend that weird thing that I found called whatever it was called. Visual Teensy? Yeah, Visual Teensy. Visual Teensy was okay. I mean, all it really did was the makefile part I'm not crazy about because I just don't like makefiles. It doesn't really feel necessary. Because I feel like anything you really wanted, maybe not. Anything you wanted to do in that context, you could have probably just done in the task. But I guess it keeps the task very simple if all you have to do is call make. So I don't know. But it did have other options, right? You didn't have to use make. True or false? I mean, I wonder if I can get, well, I guess for Arduino, you just use the VS Code Arduino extension. So expert setup. Okay, so you can use Arduino Builder instead of the makefile, but I don't know. Feels like it might be a little more flexible. I don't know what Arduino Builder is, though. Is that the thing? Oh. Phased out in favor of Arduino CLI. Is this what I've wanted my whole life? Well, you probably can't Teensy with this, right? You still have to have, I mean, presumably you have to build with the Teensy command and then actually upload with this. That seems cool, though. Well, Platform.io has, I don't know, a lot of other overhead. I mean, it seems like Platform.io you could have call this or call Teensy. Maybe it does. This is not the Satisfactory soundtrack. This is the same free Pretzel Rocks tracks I always listen to. Did I buy Satisfactory and just not get any work done for a month? It's still early access, right? Is the Steam Autumn Sale still on? Really, I just want more inscription to happen. Oh, Ben, but like I played Factorio and lost like a month of my life to Factorio. So what is going to happen when I play Satisfactory? I'm doomed. This game is like tailor-made to just consume me. It's like it was designed to destroy me. Okay, I'm done. Wait, we got a new house here. Interesting. It's like built on top of the garage. So the house is kind of elevated. That's nice. You get a nice view. It's very woodsy. The toilet looks extremely fast. Okay, wait a second. Let's just take a look at this. This is probably one of the fastest looking toilets I've ever seen. So this is 6915. I don't even know where this is. That probably means it's really far, like deep southeast, I'd assume. Still don't know where I am. Still don't know. Oh, it's way down there. Okay. Ben, this is even further than your new place, right? But look, I get my own lake. I think I'd have to have a car, right? It's so far away. I mean, I think of Woodstock as far, Holgate as far. Is it really? Could be neighbors. How are you liking that part of the world? I didn't know you were that far south. Well, let's just see what this house has to offer. The exterior, not looking so hot. It reminds me of the home of a kid I knew growing up named Shane Blevins. So for whatever that's worth, it reminds me of Shane Blevins' house. The thing I might like about it is it looks like the entire first floor might be a garage, which I'm all for that. I'm all for the entire. It's like if you took my house and you just lifted my house and put a shop underneath the house. I'm very excited about that prospect. It's so woodsy. Got some nice old trees. Got some nice just green growth instead of a lawn. You're like, it's like you're in a tree house. Look at this painting of this lion. Also like this creative hanging of the HD antenna. Okay. Well, I hate the carpet. Carpet has to go. When I'm an elderly person, I might not want to have to walk up the stairs into my house every day, but I'll just build like a rocket launcher. Yeah, the carpet is... Oof. Carpet has to go. I hope I can keep the paintings. Very kind of a nice open floor plan. That carpet. Oof. Popcorn ceiling also has to go. Somebody already scraped it off in the kitchen. The kitchen looks quite nice. I think that's real wood floor instead of laminate. I think so. Also, another incredible painting, and it looks like this is neon that lights up. Kitchen's not bad. Don't love the cabinets, but I've seen worse. Countertops seem okay. Curtains are incredible. Looks like the kitchen was relatively recently redone. You've seen this exact house? This style of house, I mean, even Amarillo had some houses shaped like this. I'm not sure what you call the architectural style, but Shane Blevins' house looked just like this. Pretty substantial little kitchen bar area. This person has style. This person, or maybe this person passed away because this appears to be medical equipment. So that's maybe sad. There's a lot of houses that I see that have like remaining medical equipment that really makes it look like, oh, somebody just died. Maybe not. Maybe they're just moving into like an elderly care center. This is the toilet. Like a black marble toilet and black marble pedestal sink. Uh, I I'm at a loss for words. I don't really know what to say about it, but I'm kind of into it. Okay, so this is downstairs, adjacent to the garage. So there's another bathroom down here. It looks like another kind of bedroom, but this could become more. This could be the lab. I do not like the drop ceilings, but it's fine. The newspaper walls, the newspaper / wood decor in the bathroom, I'm very into. A nice big deck in the backyard. Is it on the second floor? Yeah, so the deck is elevated. I wonder what's under the deck. Porch, maybe? Whoa, multi-layer, multi-tier decks. That is a very substantial... It's great. Lots of land. A little retaining wall. A little haunted shed. There's a garden hose, but nobody has watered this ever, by the looks of it. I don't know why there's no trees on the property when all the other surrounding properties have trees. Well, I guess there was a tree here. That's too bad. Plant a forest back there. Asphalt's not looking so great. Weird land. Like, so you get to own this giant weird mountain in the background, I guess. Why doesn't anybody show me the frickin' garage? That's all I want to see. Okay. Before video. Okay. Disgusting. After video. There's that cheap laminate though, right? That wasn't real wood. Because they're just house flippers, and that's what house flippers do. They just put down laminate. And it always is, it's always that same like weathered wood laminate. I don't know why. Maybe that's just in style right now. It's cheap. Looks cheap to me. I don't like it. I don't like the laminate. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Maybe I just don't like the fake weathered. Okay. Quite the home. I wonder what that smelled like. Oh! Okay, that's enough. That's enough internet for today. Okay, I think this thing is... I'm very pleased with this. I feel like of all of the... This is like my 5th or 6th range finding solution, and I think this is the best one so far. What am I going to put back here in my toolbox? My new beautiful tool case. Here's a shelf. Soldering iron up here, power supply up here. Get an oscilloscope. Oscilloscopes are expensive. Okay. Yeah, we'll stream some more tomorrow, and maybe we'll hook up that screen for no reason. Life is yours, Ben, whoever else stopped by, I can't remember. But the two of you, thanks for hanging out, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.